Talk Shit Radio is a Kennedy Studios Productions. The opinions stated by various contributors to Talk Shit Radio and its radio programs are not to be considered as or endorsed by Kennedy Studios Incorporated. Visitors are urged to use their own discretion to draw their own conclusions. All information, products, services, and use of this website is for entertainment purposes only and personal use only. Talk Shit Radio Network does not confirm nor deny the validity or accuracy of the information contained within the website or broadcast. Any services or products provided by Talk Shit Radio Network and its host contributors should be used solely for entertainment purposes only.
This is Lewis, and you're listening to Talk Shit Radio.
You want to get high?
Are you a pothead fucker?
Oh, man. I'm so high right now. I have no idea what's going on.
It's Laura. Let's talk some shit.
Michael Minardi. I'm the campaign manager of Regulate Florida, who's going to be actively seeking to put adult use of cannabis on the 2016 ballot. Why? Regulate Florida. I am putting myself out of a job by doing this. I am a criminal defense attorney. My main practice is representing people arrested of marijuana offenses, and I'm sick of it. These are good, hardworking people whose lives are turned upside down by a cannabis arrest, threat, DCF involvement, or other type of sanctions that is coming against them for using cannabis. We want to bring together the people of Florida. We want all the patients, all the users of cannabis to step up and let their voice be heard. Stop being afraid of being persecuted because of speaking out. We need you to stand up. We need you to help out because we need action right now and not apathy. With doing this, we can change the world and we can change the state of Florida for the better.
Hey, this is Lewis Kennedy with Talk Shit Radio Network. You having trouble with your AC? Is it not cooling down your house enough? Is it cold outside and cold inside? Well, go ahead and give a call to my friend Danielle at AC Magic Heating and Air Conditioning at 352-556-5212. They're located at 13440 Chamborne Street, Brooksville, Florida. They can take care of all your needs and tell them we sent you at Talk Shit Radio Network.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call Low Cost Airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals, too. Call right now. Operators are standing by. 800-506-8319. 800-506-8319. 800-506-8319. That's 800-506-8319.
Hey, happy hump day. Talk Shit Radio Network, everyone. I'm your host, Lewis Kennedy. Welcome to the show. First thing I want to talk about tonight is the title of the show, Talk Shit Radio Changes. And it pretty much reads exactly what we're going to be going through here in the next couple months. A lot of changes. First thing we're going to be changing is the name of the network and the name of the show. Talk Shit Radio will probably go off the air for good and will be replaced with Regulate Florida Radio. Now, the change that is going to be major will be the name of the network. The name of the network is going to change to RFRN, Regulate Florida Radio Network. And we're going to discuss cannabis prohibition and cannabis legalization and regulating Florida, the use of cannabis, regulating it, like alcohol and like cigarettes. We don't want it to get in the hands of children. We want it to be used responsibly, and we want a doctor to be able to recommend it to people. So these are some of the changes we're going to be going through in the next couple months. Most likely in May, I'm going to be taking the show down to Stuart, Florida, to get with Michael Minardi, the chairman of Regulate Florida, and him and I will begin to produce the show. It should be really interesting. And, you know, I apologize if anybody's going to miss Talk Shit Radio Network, but it is a change that needs to be made. It is a subject that needs to be discussed, and it is content that we really, really want to bring to you guys. Now, I'm not sure, like I said, if we're going to do this on just one day it's Talk Shit Radio Network, then the next day it's Regulate Florida Radio Network. It might switch over for a little while to TSRN, which obviously, if you're not a moron, you can figure out Talk Shit Radio Network. I just feel that it is a change that needs to be made to ensure the future of my radio station and to help it grow. I do want the radio show to get back on the FM air and the AM air. We do want to eventually get our own transmitter, our own call sign, our own station number. And to do this, there's only one way, and I'm going to have to get rid of Talk Shit Radio and the name Talk Shit Radio Network. It's just the next logical step in the evolution of the station. It's the next logical step of the growth of myself and the shows that I want to produce. Now, moving on, I got a lot of shit in the news that's gone on. First story I want to talk about is out of Pasco County, and the headline reads, molestation charges dropped against Pasco Sheriff Office volunteer. It says the state's attorney has dropped all charges against Neil Putney, a former Pasco County Sheriff Office volunteer who was accused in November of molesting his 3-year-old granddaughter. He's the only man I ever trusted, you know, said Putney's daughter, Kimberly. I left my daughter with him because he was the one person she was safe with. The state's attorney's office says the 3-year-old girl recanted her statement against her grandfather. Well, she's 3 years old, so that was definitely a coerced statement, I guess. I'm not too sure the particulars in the case, but anyway, she's with people she didn't know, said Kimberly. They're asking her questions, and she knows that last time she answered them, her whole world got flipped upside down, so she didn't say anything. According to the arrest report, Putney admitted to inappropriately touching his granddaughter. Well, if he admitted to it, then why are the charges being dropped? That's some real serious bullshit right there as far as I'm concerned. The charges shouldn't be dropped. The man should be put in jail for molestation charges. That's absolutely ridiculous. According to the state's attorney's office, there was Putney and his granddaughter's original statements don't match. Again, she admitted it. Or he admitted it. I'm sorry. So, I mean, what more do you need? You have a confession. Hold on, my net ping and all my shit's going crazy. Let me shut off my other computer here. Bear with me, folks. Bear with me. Listen to sleep a little bit. Alright, power. Sleep. Alright, lover boy, get down. I got my cat sitting on my lap here. He's trying to climb all over me. So, according to the state's attorney's office, there wasn't enough physical evidence, and Putney and his granddaughter's original statements did not match up. But, for Kimberly, she says this is an injustice for her daughter. Yeah, you think? I would be going to the GJ, grand jury that is, and making a huge case out of it. I'm going to have to explain to her, she said. I have to apologize to her, and now I have to apologize that he's getting away with it, too. Kimberly says she still has 15-year restraining order against her father. Bay News 9 reached out to Putney, but have yet to hear back. Of course, because he don't want to... He's getting away with it. And of course, I would be willing to bet that good old Sheriff Nacco had put pressure on the situation and told the state's attorney, listen, blah, 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 blah. Oh, look, we also spoke with Sheriff Nacco about the charges being dropped. He issued this statement. We arrested Neil Putney due to the admissions he made to us. And the judge confirmed he had probable cause at his advisory. We fully support our detectives in their investigation of Putney as the decision to pursue filing charges. That pisses me off. Those are the decisions made by the state's attorney's office. Well, something's a little rotten in Denmark, and I think now that the FBI has raided Palm Beach County, Florida Sheriff Department, I think Pasco should be next. I think Hernando should be right after that, because something sounds real fishy as far as I'm concerned. That is some bullshit right there. Let's see. Here in Hernando County, there's a bunch of stories about the same different thing, but we'll go ahead and we'll get to that. Let's see. We'll start with this one here. Woman expect to recover after vicious hammer attack. So apparently, Panarisi is the gentleman's name. All right, well, I'll just start from the beginning of the story. Residents inside the Silverthorne Country Club are still shocked after two women were bludgeoned with a hammer during last night's home invasion on Middle Fairway Drive. The original report was two women severely beaten with a hammer, suspect in custody. The sheriff's office has now released the identity of the man, they say, committed this heinous act. According to officials, at 4:33 p.m., 911 operators received reports that two women were injured inside the gated community. Rescue officials and numerous deputies responded to 1443 Middle Fairway Drive, where they located 55-year-old Kathleen Perkins, who sustained traumatic injuries. At the same time, deputies received information that there was a second victim, 27-year-old Samantha Perkins. She was chasing the suspect on foot, not far from the residence. Deputies soon caught up with Samantha, where she provided a description of the suspect and the direction he had traveled. Samantha also explained that Panarisi was her ex-boyfriend. Oh, wow. Sounds like a little bit of trouble in paradise there to me. Let me fix my ass here in my seat. Oh, shit. I lost my lighter. I don't know where my lighter is. Can you give me a lighter, please? After a short foot chase, deputies located the suspect, 51-year-old Joseph Panarisi, attempting to flee across the Suncoast Parkway. Deputies managed to catch up with Panarisi in the median and take him into custody without further incident. Panarisi was transported to Bayfront Health, Brooksville, for treatment of injuries sustained during the chase. He was later booked into the Hernando County Jail on charges of home invasion with a weapon and 2 counts of aggravated battery with a weapon. Panarisi remains behind bars, held on a $150,000 bond. Both victims are expected to make a full recovery, according to officials. An anonymous source tells the news that prior to the attack, Panarisi demanded prescription pills and proceeded to attack Kathy and Samantha with a hammer. Kathy sustained severe injuries to the skull and injuries to other extremities. Samantha sustained a broken arm and bruising, according to unconfirmed reports. The same source says that Panarisi and Samantha have a child in common, and that Perkins is on probation for domestic violence against her own mother. Perkins also faced charges of domestic violence against Panarisi, but those charges sounds like a pair of pieces of shit right there. This is something that we've talked about a few times. Domestic violence here in Hernando County. It just goes to show that it's just all over the place, and it's not just a Hernando County problem, but it is a major drug-related problem that happens all the time. People get too high on the pills that they're taking, and whatever the case may be. And they go crazy. Now, this guy sounds like a real piece of shit. So, I mean, in my opinion, he should be locked up for a damn long time. We don't need a scumbag like this on the streets. Just to recap, the name of the show is called Talk Shit Radio Changes. We are going to be changing the name of the show, changing the network to Regulate Florida Radio Network. Call signs are going to be RFRN. And it's just the next logical step that we have to take to continue bringing the broadcast and to attract advertisers to us to be able to support the show and help us grow. We do want to get back on the AM and the FM channels. I do want to get our own radio station with our own radio wave, our own transmitter, and so on and so forth. Stick with us. We got a lot more to come. I got 2 other stories that are related that just happened today that I think everybody will find quite interesting. Talk Shit Radio, Talk Shit Radio Network. We'll be right back.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-260-5460. That's 800-260-5460.
You're the owner or manager of a growing business. Hey, that's great. But to keep growing, you need to find the best new employees available. Finding good employees is nearly impossible, and job posting is expensive. At Catalyst 5, we've developed a fast solution to help you find great employees and save money. In just 5 minutes, you can post your job to hundreds of social media sites and job boards. You'll reach thousands of top quality candidates that can help your business grow. Plus, we even include a free customized mobile site to help manage your job replies in one user-friendly location. And we're 75% less expensive than the major job boards. Call now to sign up for free. Find your next employee right now, free for a limited time by calling now. 800-368-0123. 800-368-0123. 800-368-0123. That's 800-368-0123. Investing is a long-term process. How many times can you think of in the last decade that the stock market has destroyed retirement funds for people just like you and me? For your existing IRA, you need the security that gold has provided for centuries. Remember, gold has never been worth zero. Capital Gold would like to introduce you to the Home Storage Gold IRA. It's a self-directed IRA set up with all the protection and tax benefits of an LLC. But the big difference in this IRA is you invest in gold and you hold it in your possession. You can't do that with stocks. That's security. You can transfer any type of IRA hassle-free in days. Please call right now and learn more, and we'll waive the $500 setup fee and give you a free safe to store your gold. Call 800-281-4224. 800-281-4224. 800-281-4224. That's 800-281-4224.
Welcome back to Talk Shit Radio, Talk Shit Radio Network. The next story that I'm going to bring you, the next two stories that I'm going to bring you are one and the same. They both have the same thing to do with each other. The first one went on about 7 p.m., went live 7 p.m. tonight, and the first one went about 10:20 this morning, and then the next one went live about 7:11. So I'll read you the first one that went live this morning, and we'll take it from there. And it happened. The incident happened yesterday, so bear with me. Narcotics discovery may explain hospital suicide. And it goes on to read. Now, it says Brooksville. Yesterday, while investigators scrambled to piece together what happened inside Silverthorne Community Club, where 2 women were bludgeoned with a hammer, a second horrifying incident began to unfold inside Bayfront Health Brooksville. Now, Bayfront Health Brooksville is located on Highway 50, just outside of the city of Brooksville, in case those of you that don't know. While I was literally running full sprint down the Suncoast Trail, I attempted to intercept the foot chase of the Silverthorne suspect. I don't mean I mean my reporter. He received reports of a 2-vehicle rollover accident on US 41 and Powell Road. Little did he know that allegedly would strike less than an hour later, after one of the injured was transported to the same hospital as the Silverthorne suspects. In the initial reports, they withheld the information to protect the family and the victim until notification could be completed. This morning, Florida Highway Patrol released the identity of the victim, as well as the information that may explain to what led to his fateful decision to take his own life. Fateful, I apologize. According to the reports, Florida Highway Patrol responded to a vehicle crash on US 41 and Powell Road. The troopers determined that the Dodge pickup truck had made a turn in front of a Volkswagen sedan on US 41, causing the crash. The driver of the Dodge truck, 61-year-old William Stark Adams of Webster, was treated by Hernando Fire Rescue, as well as the driver of the Volkswagen sedan. During the crash investigation, a large volume of hydrocodone and other pills were located with Adams. Following transport to the Brooksville Regional Hospital, Adam shot himself in the emergency room and expired from his injuries. Hernando Sheriff's Department also responded to the hospital to investigate the death. It is not known how Adams was able to hide a firearm on his person while he's being treated at the scene, or once he arrived in the emergency room. Well, I'll tell you, because they're idiots. I can't explain it any better. All right, so. Oh, no, they're just fucking idiots. I can't explain it any other way. Now, the second report says man shoots himself inside Bayfront Medical Center ER. Blah, 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 blah. Let's see. There are no official reports at this time. However, there are unconfirmed reports that the man who shot himself was involved in an earlier accident on US 41. We are not releasing the exact location or photos from the accident scene at this time to protect the family, yada, yada, yada. All right, so from what I know, this guy is a pharmacist, and I do believe here in Hernando, correct? Yes, he is a pharmacist here in Hernando. Do we know what pharmacy?
He was at Walgreens. He took time off to take care of his problem.
Okay, so he was a pharmacist at Walgreens, and I'm not sure which Walgreens it is. But obviously, when you have access to all of those pills, that could cause a serious problem. Now, according to my sources, he was transported to the hospital, and shot himself in the head, probably because he knew he had fucked up his life and there was a bunch of lawsuits coming. Now, in my opinion, there needs to be a system put in place to monitor all of these pills, an electronic system. Bars have it. It's called a counting system, a metering system. It meters the alcohol. If you really want to get down to brass tacks, I think that drugs like that, dangerous drugs like that, should be removed completely off the market. Everybody should be switched over to cannabis. Nobody's ever overdosed on cannabis and shot themselves in an emergency room. Not on purpose, anyway. Now, the fucked up thing is he's a pharmacist. He's a man who sits behind the window all the time, has access to all of these pills, and took full advantage of that access, found himself a little loophole where he can get them out the window or out the door or just basically bring himself as much as he needs. Unofficial reports say that there were a lot of drugs in the vehicle. Along with the oxycodone, there was a whole shit ton of other drugs. Should this be allowed to go on anymore? Should we really reconsider the whole pharmaceutical system? Yes, we should. And I do believe it's the Glen Lakes Walgreens in Weeki Wachee on US 19. Yeah, I'm just reading more into the story here. Yes, it is the Glen Lakes Pharmacy on US 19. And it just goes to show you how dangerous this shit is. It's really a crazy situation. I just don't get how the government continues to allow things like this to go on. I mean, let's face it, we've got cops out there that don't want to be drug tested. They think it's unconstitutional. Why is that? Because they're probably all high on dope. We brought you a story a while back of a state trooper who got pulled over on 41 and 50. Speeding, he was drunk, under the influence, on pills, all sorts of shit. What happened to that state trooper? Where are the charges? Well, I'll tell you what happened. The charges got dropped. And why is that? Just like this Pasco County volunteer. After admitting that he was guilty and that he inappropriately touched this child, the charges were dropped. This is a system that has to change. There is more corruption going on in law enforcement than there is in any of the worst neighborhoods that any of you guys have driven through at any given time of your life. It is a sad situation when people like you, people like me, have to live our lives in fear of fucking idiots like this and fucking idiots that are paid to protect us, paid to serve us. Pharmacists who we all trust. We go to our pharmacist and we ask them questions and... Sorry, Darth Vader showed up real quick. We ask them questions and we ask them all sorts of things and we trust them. So now, I don't trust anybody anymore. I'll be honest with you. You can't. You cannot trust a single person. There's so many ulterior motives out there from the people that you trust that it's a sad day in society. It really is. This is the world we live in. This is the world, excuse me, that we're going to leave behind to our children. Are you serious? Our children's children have got to deal with such bullshit that we have caused and we have allowed to happen. My counselor said, and I go to drug and alcohol class every Monday, my counselor said that we make the laws, we the people. No, we do not make the laws. Politicians make the laws. Politicians gain from them laws. Politicians vote on them laws. We, the people, have to live by the laws that the politicians make. Big Pharma is one of the major the whole system when it comes to the pharmacy and pharmaceutical, they are one of the major problems we have in the United States now. Alcohol is another major problem. There are more deaths from alcohol and pills than there are any other substance on the planet. Hell, the state of Florida went through and eradicated Angel Trumpet years ago, made it illegal for Angel Trumpet to be around. I think there was 4 people in the state of Florida that died from smoking Angel Trumpet. Well, you got to be a fucking idiot to smoke a plant that you know is poisonous. Why not smoke something that you know has never hurt anyone, ever? You got to be a fucking idiot to take those pills and get behind the wheel, or take those pills from your place of work. Let's face it, you go through all those years of schooling and you get a degree to become a pharmacist. You make damn good money as a pharmacist. Why would you fuck that up? You really got to be a degenerate to do something like that. I hate to say it. I don't care if it's the pills or not. I got Michelle in the background saying it's the pills. He started on them for one reason or another. And where does that come from? Because the doctors prescribe them like they're Pez candy. Why do they prescribe them like they're Pez candy? Kickbacks, perks, all sorts of shit. Hey, you write X amount of prescriptions for our pills, and we'll send you on a convention trip to where everybody's just going to be hanging out, drinking, and doing drugs anyway. Let's face it. We live in a world where the systems are corrupt. All the systems are corrupt, except for the cannabis system, for the most part. There are those money mongers who I despise, and if I ever get into a organization that I know has that type of corruption going on, I will put an end to it. I will make it public. I will be the whistleblower. I will not tolerate money mongers any longer. If your only purpose in life is to make money, you don't deserve a fucking thing. Where are all the compassionate caregivers? People say, oh, I'm a compassionate caregiver. I'm a compassionate caregiver. Really, you are? Excellent. I know somebody who's dying of cancer. Okay, $500, I'll give you an ounce of weed. What? How compassionate is that? It's fucking ridiculous, and it makes me completely and utterly disgusted to say that I'm a United States citizen, to call myself an American, because this is not the country that I grew up in. The country that I grew up in and the presidents that we had when I grew up actually cared about our country. Hell, look at this piece of shit we have as a president now. He's bringing all of these refugees into the country and saying, oh, we have to be compassionate. We have to show compassion to the other countries. And you know what? Fuck them, okay? Because at this point in time, this is the world we live in. If you weren't born here, you don't belong here. 50 years ago, that saying doesn't hold its weight at all, because this was the land of the free, the home of the brave, the land of opportunity. There are no more opportunities here in this country. Most of the major corporations have left this country and gone to Mexico. Why? Okay, to avoid paying high taxes. Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. When I do finally get the money and can get the fuck out of here, I'm gonna go to a country to where I can legally smoke weed, I don't have to pay taxes, and I could sit around with blue skies and blue water surrounding me. It's just, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of our government thinking that we are pieces of garbage. Your birth certificate is nothing but a stock or a bond. That's how the government gets loans against you. And when Sovereign Citizen Radio comes out, which it's actually supposed to have come out already, but I've had so much going on that I haven't been able to get time. that will be all explained to you, how your birth certificate is nothing but a certificate that's worth money to the government. Our country is being run like a company. We are not the greatest country in the world. And I'm ashamed to say that. I'm ashamed to say that because I'm a patriot. I love my country. I love the United States of America. It is a great, great place. Or it was. This whole Iran gas that's coming in right now and all the gas prices are dropping down. Yeah, enjoy it while you can, people. But guess what? When Iran decides to say, no, fuck you, guess what's going to happen? We're going to go invade Iran. Then what's going to happen? North Korea is going to jump on and say, oh, nope, you can't do that. We're going to attack you if you do that. Then this country, that country, we're going to look like the assholes again. It cannot be allowed. Tell them to stick their gas in their ass or get it over with. Stop bullshitting and invade. Invade the whole Middle East. We could stop ISIS. We have the technology. We have the bombs. But guess what? We're not allowed to use them. Why is that? Because we're supposed to be compassionate. Fuck them. Nuke them all and let Allah sort them out. Now, anyway. So this morning I'm on my way to a job that I've been helping out with. And I got to tell you, it's been probably 3 to 5 years that I've actually done physical labor like this. And my body is feeling it. I am hurting for certain. So I'm cruising down Spring Hill Drive. I'm doing about 50, which is 5 miles an hour over the speed limit, which is about average speed of everybody in this area of Spring Hill Drive. And here comes this red Toyota flying up behind me. Now, I didn't speed up. I didn't slow down. I kept my pace. It just so happened that there was 2 cars next to me doing the same speed that this asshole couldn't get by. And I'm going to say a few words that are probably going to offend a lot of people. And if it does offend you, then it should, because you are the same piece of shit as this person that was in the car. So she's on my ass, and it was a chick. She's on my ass, and I mean, like, not even a half a foot on my ass. So what happens? I had to check my brakes to make sure they were working. Well, I'm sure it scared the fucking shit out of this piece of shit. So down the road we go, and I go to change over lanes and get in the right-hand lane, and she jumps in the right-hand lane. So I figure, okay, well, let me get out of her way, and I go back in the left-hand lane. So she gets right behind me and gets back in the left-hand lane. At this point, fuck it, I ain't moving. Flies around me on the right, comes in front of me, and tries to brake check me. Well, I've got news for you, okay? I've been driving most of my life. I know how to control my vehicle. Brake checking with me doesn't work. I'm too in control of my vehicle. So I kept on driving. So I move over into the right-hand lane, and this piece of shit comes up alongside of me and rolls her window down and starts yelling and screaming and fuck you, you're an asshole, blah, blah, blah. And all I can do is laugh. Just ha, 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 out the fucking window because she was an asshole. So then I finally roll my window down all the way because I really want to hear what she's saying. And you could tell that it was this fucking Puerto Rican piece of shit. And I'm going to offend a lot of people right now, but she's a fucking spick piece of garbage. So she's yelling at me, your mother's a bitch, your mother's a bitch. You're right. My mother is a bitch. She was a bitch, and she was proud of being a bitch. So thanks for the compliment, you dumb fucking spick. Now, you're a lucky spick, because if I would have had a hot cup of coffee in my hand, I'd have thrown it in your fucking car at you. And then I would have pulled over, ripped you out of your car, and commenced to beat the spick blood right out of you. Because you don't know who you're fucking with on the roads. You never know. You could be fucking pulling up alongside this idiot with the gun who shot himself in the head, and he could decide he's going to blow your fucking brains out. You don't know who I am. Moral of the story is, road rage will get you killed, whether you are the road rager or the road ragee. In my case, when somebody road rages on me, I think it's funny. I keep my cool and I wait for them to do something stupid. Because fortunately for us, Florida is a stand-your-ground state. Now, if somebody gets out of their car and comes after me, I promise you, I'm going to take your life, as should anybody who is threatened by somebody on the road. Strike first, strike hard, end it then. There's only one situation in that situation, and that's to take their life, and then as they're laying on the floor bleeding out, ask them, why did you show aggression towards me? As I was very willing to talk it out with you. Anyway, basically, guys, listen, you don't know whether it's some old man driving down a road who can barely see over the windshield. He could be strapped with a .44 caliber handgun, the most powerful handgun in the world. Not anymore. I'm just quoting, some Clint Eastwood. You just don't know who you're fucking with, and you really should just take it in stride and keep on going. We had a gun pulled on us. That guy didn't expect me to take off at 90, 120 miles an hour, chasing him down the road. And if I wasn't in the car that I was in, I'd have killed him. It would have been vehicular manslaughter. If I was in my van, I'd have pit maneuvered him. Then as his car went in front of mine, I would have rolled him. I would have T-boned his ass and rolled him and rolled him and rolled him until his body frapped out of the car and went flying on the highway. You never know who you're fucking with, people. You just don't know. So I do hope I see this stupid bitch tomorrow, because I'm going to stop at Circle K and I'm going to get a nice hot black cup of coffee, and we're going to see how she likes that. I promise you, if she pulls up alongside of me and rolls that window open, in the car it's going right at her. And then I'm going to pull over with my nightstick and smash her fucking skull. Just because I can. Yeah, I'm going to go to jail. We're going to be dead, and I'll be getting out. So, with that, we got about 2 minutes left. I just figured I wanted to go on a little rant with that one. It was a stress reliever. You can see how calm I am. It doesn't make me crazy. Got a few commercials I'm going to throw up here, guys. These commercials I want you to inquire about, check them out, and help Talk Shit Radio Network get some money coming in, because we'll be able to expand and go on the FM waves. So, listen, everyone, Talk Shit Radio Network will be back tomorrow. It is our Friday, or no, tomorrow's what, Thursday? So we still got a couple more days, but we look forward to talking to you guys again. Check us out at TalkShitRadioNetwork.com. You can catch all of our shows there. It'll bring you to our page, and you can check out the archives. Peace! Hey, this is Lewis Kennedy with Talk Shit Radio Network. You having trouble with your AC? Is it not cooling down your house enough? Is it cold outside and cold inside? Well, go ahead and give a call to my friend Danielle at AC Magic Heating and Air Conditioning at 352-556-5212. They're located at 13440 Chambord Street, Brooksville, Florida. They can take care of all your needs, and tell them we sent you at Talk Shit Radio Network.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-260-5460. That's 800-260-5460.
Talk Shit Radio is a Kennedy Studios Productions. The opinions stated by various contributors to Talk Shit Radio and its radio programs are not to be considered as or endorsed by Kennedy Studios Incorporated. Visitors are urged to use their own discretion to draw their own conclusions. All information, products, services, and use of this website is for entertainment purposes only and personal use only. Talk Shit Radio Network does not confirm nor deny the validity or accuracy of the information contained within the website or broadcast. Any services or products provided by Talk Shit Radio Network and its host contributors should be used solely for entertainment purposes only.